Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Superman and Lois Season 2, and wow, this is my review for Episode 3, otherwise entitled The Thing in the Mines, and oh boy, all I've got on my brain is whatever that thing was that came out of the mines. We're going to be talking about this, but of course, spoilers. If you've not watched the episode, go away. Like, what are you doing? Seriously, go away. And come back later after you watch the episode, but if you have watched it, you're continuing, let me know your reactions and opinions and thoughts and just everything like that in the comment section down below, because they stumped us. They said, hey, here's a cake, lol jokes, it's a pie? But then it's not a pie, it's a steak. It was all over the place in the best way possible. So much going on. But yeah, let me know your opinions down there. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video and you enjoyed this episode, you enjoyed the reveal, and you enjoyed potentially the confusion on your own brain, why not drop a like on the video to do all that? It would be cool. But last episode, just to get a recap heading into this one, we had Clark, with the help of John and Lois and his mother Lara as well, learn that his head pains and visions are connected to another being on Earth, with them actually being connected to the tremors going on in Smallville as well. So something within the mines is causing all of this going on. We also learn that Lucy Lane has turned on Lois sort of due to going back on a story from her past, and we have Sarah kissing someone else at summer camp being revealed, which doesn't sit well with Jordan. And we also have Dr. Faulkner from Amatech is after the being from the mines as well, with the DOD having their hands over the mines situation as well. So the mines is a big thing heading into this episode. But this episode as a whole, I think, has like a lot of resolution for some things, and then it's like the middle point for some stories, and then it's sort of like pushing forward some stories as well. So I think this is my favorite episode of the three. I think episode 1 was better than episode 2. Oh, was it? I think they've all been, I think episode 1 and 2 maybe on the same level. But this episode was just like bang, 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 and just pushed so much stuff forward and just planted some seeds for stories as well. A lot going on, but it was a really, really good episode at the same time. But let's just jump into the overall breakdown. Obviously, we're going to go through the episode chronologically as we normally do, but we'll try and get through most of this fairly quickly so we can focus on the you-know-what. But, you know, that you-know-what story starts pretty much at the beginning when we have Superman scanning the world, and he sort of gets this hint at something in the mines, but on his way to it, he has another vision as he gets somewhat close to it and crashes. He actually can't get close to the mines. It's sort of like the magnets, like, you know, when you put the sides of the magnets together and they just won't connect. It's just impossible. That's Superman in the mines at the moment. So someone else will have to go look at it, you know, go have a look at it and see what's going on. Now, I think this made for a better reveal and a bit of like tension as to like when it's going to pop up. It's like a piece of toast in the toaster. Like, you can sort of estimate when it might come out, but you're not 100% sure, and you don't want it to be burnt as well. I don't know if that's a good analogy to chuck in there, but yeah. But Jonathan is still obsessing over his, you know, competing quarterback Timmy and how he's like athletic all of a sudden. He definitely isn't going to be going down down a good road, I think, with this storyline. I think it's going to be a bad road by the looks of it, especially with what, you know, is revealed later on. But we do get like the proper seed being planted, I think, for this Lois storyline, as we have Lois looking back at this story with this cult that Lucy Lane was attached to, and this thing was called the Inverse Theory. I guess that was the group or cult. And I think that's the title of a future episode. It's either Inverse Theory or Inverse Method. I don't know which one it is. It's one of the two. But I'm assuming that we'll look back at the events of this cult, whether it's actual flashbacks or just, you know, through dialogue within that episode, and maybe resolve it, especially with something that happens later in the episode. But Lois does reach out to her father, Sam, to help with the mine situation, as well as to eventually probably bring this up as well. Now, of course, one of the things at the end of last episode was Sarah opening up to Jordan and revealing this, like, secret about summer camp and everything. Now, Jordan wants to tell Sarah his own secret about his powers in order to make everything as open and out there, no secrets in their relationship. But Clark refuses to go along with that, which I agree with. I mean, it's a bit of a silly thing, but Jordan is a teenager. He's going to do what he wants, and he wants to do what he thinks he has to do in order to keep Sarah. But this pushes Clark where he rages out, almost breaking. It's a bit scary. I was wondering, is it actually going to be a breaking point? Especially when you just got even like Natalie there going, well, hold on, last time he went mental, my mum died. So that would have been a bit of an issue. Now, Jonathan is once again looking into what drug Timmy, the fellow quarterback dude, could be taking, when his girlfriend Candace reveals that he has actually been taking some crystal stuff, not not crystal meth, but some stuff that only comes from Smallville, of course, that being X-Kryptonite. And this was a big theory that a lot of people had, that he was taking X-Kryptonite, because we of course saw that guy last episode breathe in the X-Kryptonite or Fanta dust, whatever you want to call it, and was able to easily take down Superman. I guess Superman was held back by the visions, but he still was trouncing him for the most part. So alarm bells are ringing, but I think we know that this is gonna, especially where it sort of ends at the end of the episode, that Jordan's probably gonna go down a path where X-Kryptonite could potentially be taken as well. Now, Lois's father Sam arrives in Smallville to help out with what's going on in the mines as well as Clark as a whole. But as I said earlier, Lois is going to bring this Lucy thing in. She makes sure to do that, bring up the issue with Lucy. And this scene was probably the best of the episode in regards to like an emotional and acting point. It seems to be a trend that Lois has or is involved in or involved with the best scenes in most episodes. Now, Sam doesn't want to bring this drama back in due to like not wanting to lose Lucy and just break contact. Obviously, the relationship is somewhat fragile and can break easily. And I think some people would relate to that, whether it's with parents, whether it's with siblings, whether it's with friends, whatever it might be. I think this is something that a lot of people could relate to. I know I can personally with one or two people, but yeah, I think this was probably the best like acted and scene, acted scene. That's probably the best way I'll put it. But back to Jonathan, he actually approaches Timmy about his drug or, X-Kryptonite taking, whatever you want to call it, where he reveals that Jonathan's girlfriend, Candace, has actually been the one hooking him up with the X-Kryptonite, which I thought was a bit of a jab, but it's not. Now, this launches into a fight where Clark has to drag Jonathan away and is pushed to the point of anger, where he has to release his heat vision into his own hands, like he had to do with Jordan last season. I thought this was a nice like throwback or callback, but obviously Jonathan can't put his hands out because his hands would just melt. I guess the heat vision would go straight through them. So I did like that they had that little throwback, but it was, Clark or Kal-El doing it to himself. But in regards to Clark or Superman, the concern with him and just, the anger being brought out by the being in the mines is getting to an all-time high. But we see that John Henry Irons is now actually going undercover at the mines with Amatec and Dr. Faulkner. But this actually leads Natalie to not being overly happy about not being told about this. She sort of wants to be open. Like, he could have died in this episode easily, John Henry, and didn't say anything to his daughter about going and doing this. But it was nice to see her and Jonathan get along, and also Jordan to an extent, but with Jonathan like playing Madden and everything, I thought that was just nice to see them getting along. And I do wonder, I don't think they said anything about like specific people, but I do wonder if on like Natalie's Earth, like Tom Brady sucks, or maybe like LeBron is the GOAT in the NFL. Like, I don't know, maybe that could be a possibility. But speaking of John Henry, he's in the mines with Dr. Faulkner, and we see blood on the X-Kryptonite within the mines. But John finds like just too much evidence of odd things going on and is knocked out by Dr. Faulkner, with her setting up more explosives in that area. Now, he's lucky to get out before anything happens there. But yeah, Dr. Faulkner is a bit of a shady customer. Now, I did like the scene with Clark opening up to Jordan about the idea of telling someone important about their secret. In this case, of course, being Sarah. But this whole thing will be revisited in a year, because if Jordan still feels the same at that point, then there is a chance that Clark sees, Sarah as, as Jordan's Lois and everything like that, and he'll approve Sarah can come in on that secret, because if it's told it too early and there's nothing really there, that reveal will just be too much of a dangerous thing for Sarah to have out there and tell people, but also could have that linkage, or Sarah would be able to link that Clark is Superman as well. But Clark and Lois do share a nice moment when all of a sudden the Vision strike again. The Vision's like, hey, no fun no fun at this point. But this is where things just go rampant. Everything just steps up really quickly. It actually happened earlier in the episode than I thought it would. I thought we were going to be waiting like another maybe 5-10 minutes before this, because I thought it'd be like in the last parts of the episode, but they do it a bit earlier. But the thing within the mines has broken out, and it's in this big spacesuit. So we're all thinking, yeah, it's Doomsday. I mean, that's Doomsday. That's what Doomsday comes out in, this like containment suit. It's Doomsday, and how everything's going, it looks like it's Doomsday as well. And I thought it was actually going to unleash on those soldiers and kill them, but Superman does get there pretty quickly to intervene. So we have this, what we're led to believe is Doomsday versus Superman, with the steel suit actually arriving for John Henry to help as well. And I did like that moment where he jumps up and it sort of like splits off so it can connect to his body. I thought that was really, really cool. Almost like an Iron Man thing, I guess, but even like just more fragmented. But unfortunately, John Henry as Steel isn't really able to help much, but he is able to blast off or blow off some of the helmet from what we're led to believe is Doomsday, but it's not who you would expect to be under. You'd think it'd be like a Doomsday looking alien sort of thing, but it's not. It looks like Kal-El, but it's not Kal-El. It looks like it's Bizarro. So what's going on? Like Sam even says bizarre version of Superman, after the fight. So that's a twist to the story that's crazy. Now, I did see people on Twitter saying it could be a take on Super Doom, who in the comics is from a different Earth in the multiverse, and he's like a multiversal Superman killer. I guess that's the best way to put it. and he is Superman, but not Superman at the same time. It's sort of like a mixture of Superman and Doomsday. But it doesn't seem like it's that. It seems like it's it is Bizarro, and the end of the episode sort of confirms that, which we'll get to. Now, the steel suit is completely messed up, so it's going to need some working on by Natalie and John. Towards the end of the episode, we have like Jordan going to Sarah's and committing to their relationship. Also, Lois has set up what should be a meeting with Lucy, but Ali, I think her name is, the leader of the cult, turns up instead, and that's going to be dramatic heading into next episode. But right at the end, what we think is Doomsday and we're led to believe was Doomsday heading into this episode, and even, I guess, leaving that scene because it wasn't really confirmed, is revealed officially as Bizarro. Now, I didn't get to hear what he actually says at the end. He like murmurs something. My audio went all frazzled and crackly and staticky, which was annoying. I didn't get to hear it. So if any of you want to leave in the comment section down below what he said, he only said like, it must have been in a second, because as soon as he said it went like the audio went all weird. It sounded like or something, or something like started with an M, but I'm not too sure. So if you heard what it was clearly, can you let me know in the comments, because that frustrated the hell out of me. But yeah, that's crazy that we're getting this take on Bizarro. Now, for those wondering, is it actually Bizarro? Is it? Interviews came out, and I just had a quick browse because they released them as soon as the episode ended. Tyler Hoechlin, who plays Clark Kent or Superman, confirmed it's Bizarro. So at least the base character that they're using to base the story off is Bizarro. Now, it could have influences, like we've seen. They set him up to look like it was going to be Doomsday. So it could have influences where it is like Super Doom, where he comes from a multiverse or another Earth in the multiverse, and he is, you know, his main goal is to take on Supermans throughout the multiverse. It could have a couple of elements, but the main take at the base of it is that it's Bizarro. And when you see him at the end, he has the backwards S. He even has like the necklace. He even has like the markings on his face. The skin's all grey. It looks like Bizarro. So the base of it all is Bizarro, but it'll be interesting to see what the twists are going forward in this storyline with this character. And if you want, I can do a video over the weekend, maybe explaining the different storylines that could go down, whether it is straight up Bizarro or a Super Doom thing or something like that. Let me know in the comments, and I'll try and work a video out where we can figure out maybe like 3 different takes they could go down for the rest of this season, or the rest of this storyline, might I say. But yeah, guys, overall, this episode, as I said, it's my favorite episode of the opening 3. I think there was so much going on, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Just like, I love when they get you, when they twist you. Some people were saying Bizarro, but some people just like chuck random names out. They'll just chuck 7 names out there and go, I got one of them right. It's like, yeah, but you put 7 out there. Like, of course, you're more likely to get right if you put 7 choices out there. But I love it when I wasn't expecting it. So I love this twist. I love getting surprised. So this was awesome to see, and I can't wait to see where it goes. But yeah, favorite episode so far this season. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on it and just enjoy this episode as a whole. Let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts on everything. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.